Hello everybody, this is Sneaky the Lost, and welcome back to Let's Play Stardew Valley, episode 15, I believe. We've got a lot of things that we have on our to-do list. Good fortune today, that's interesting. Clear and sunny all day tomorrow. So, yeah, we've got a lot that we've got to do here. Not a whole lot of time really to do it in, unfortunately. It's already starting to get towards the end of the first week of summer. And there are some things that we need to get set up sooner rather than later if we're going to be able to make our accomplishments happen as soon as we want them to. Number one, we are absolutely going to need to get a silo down in short order. Oh, hot pepper. Awesome. That is one of the summer crop bundle. But we are absolutely going to need to get a silo down sooner rather than later. That is going to be 5 copper bars, as well as some clay and some cash. And the reason we're going to need that is because we're going to need both a coop and a barn down in short order for the animal crops bundle. The animal bundle, products bundle. There we go. I can talk honestly, because we're going to need the eggs, and we're going to need the cheese, the goat cheese, the large goat. Well, what we're gonna actually really be worried about is a large goat milk and the duck egg. Those are gonna be the two that are gonna be the problem here. I do not like the aiming system of Stardew Valley. It's very easy to misclick. But if we don't get that going soon, we're going to be in a position where it's going to take forever to upgrade, and that's going to only delay how soon we can get our bundles completed. Because if we do it right, we can actually get the bundles completed by about the middle of fall, whenever the pumpkin comes in. That's going to be the last thing for the bundle to be completed if you do it right. And that's really what I'm hoping to do, because we've got those ancient seeds. That's going pretty well. That's going to be producing the ancient fruits. And the sooner I can get those going in the greenhouse, the better off I'm going to be by the end of the year. And that's really all there is to it. Now, there is an exploit with the game mechanics because of how Stardew Valley calculates whether or not you get an ancient seed from the seed makers, where you place them out in a certain pattern and hit them at a certain timing, and you can pretty much guarantee the ancient seed for yourself. It involves going in and just spamming things down until you get something, noting down when you got it, restarting the day, and then using that information and the formulas involved to be able to get things taken care of for yourself. It's kind of exploity, in my opinion, but you know, if the game lets you do it, right? Personally, I'm not going to do that. I don't really need to, because again, I've already got an ancient seed down. But, you know, if you want to do that, that's definitely something to do. You can look up online. There's some videos online as to how to get that taken care of. Also notice I'm saving up quite a bit of copper, iron, and clay, because we are going to want a lot of kegs, and that's what you need for kegs. So, let's drop this pepper off at the community center just so I don't accidentally sell it like a big dirt that I did back in the springtime, where I was selling off potatoes and parsnips that I hadn't put in yet. Fortunately, I had another batch come in. And the hot pepper is one that produces every day, so if I do, I can get it on the next production. But, trying to be less of a derp for you folks. There we go. The tomatoes should be coming in a couple of days. Blueberries will be coming in next week. Melons will be coming in like the day after the luau, so I won't be able to use it for the luau, unfortunately. Hello, Demetrius. Yeah. He's, unlike Harvey, who's at least an adorable geek, he's just, the very socially inept and socially awkward kind of guy. A red mushroom above the mantle today. Yeah, these people are very, very strange. I just want to check real quick how much money that silo is going to cut me back. I really do need that pick, like I had mentioned in the past couple of episodes. I need that pick upgraded as well, because I really need to start hitting the mines a little bit harder. Not the coop. The game tells you build a coop, but if you don't build a silo first, you're going to be in trouble. Silo. Only 100 gold, 100 stone, 10 clay, and 5 copper bars. I will do that right now. Because really, I need to start hitting that really hard if I'm going to be able to have everything I want by fall. This is, again, a big thing in Stardew Valley that a lot of newer players, can miss. So it's going to go right here. It kind of out of the way, doesn't block anything. Okay, another salmon berry and a couple of blackberries. That's that level 5 perk, foraging perk, coming into play there, where I got the double forage. So let's see, I'll need... Here we go, drop off the blackberries. So I'll need clay, copper, and stone. You notice I've only got about 150 wood here. So that goes back into what I was saying earlier about wood actually being a very scarce resource if you use it as much as you should be using it. Just because, and especially with the strategy that I'm going, which is going to be very keg and preserves jar heavy, is just going to be so important. So let's go ahead and get our silo down. We cannot afford to put this off anymore. We're going to put it right... yeah. Okay, having done that, we don't really have a lot of endurance left. So how about this? Let's do some fishing. So let me actually take the shortcut back home and drop off some stuff. I do have that second inventory bar, so inventory space is not as cramped as it could be. But since we don't have a whole lot of energy, we do have some time. We do need to pick up some fish for the bundles. And this just seems like a really good time to do that. River fish. I still need a sunfish, which we can pick up today. Let's see. Lake fish. Oh, we've already got all the lake fish. Okay, we've got the 2 night fishing ones that we need until fall. Okay, we've got the oyster, the cockle, the clam. We still need the mussel and the crab. Ocean fish, tuna, red snapper, and tilapia. Oh yeah, and the puffer fish, which we've already missed for the day. So actually, not really a whole lot of fishing left until the fall. I keep putting that off because it really, you know, not really entertaining. You know, how about this? Yeah, let's go ahead and drop a line into a couple of pieces of water and see if we can't pick up a couple of fish for our bundle. If nothing else, we need the sunfish because if we don't get it now, we're not going to be able to get it until next year. And I don't want to keep forgetting it like the derp that I am. And also, while we're at it, we can wander around for forageables because we desperately need foraging level 6. And we've only just got foraging level 5 in what, the last episode I think it was? So yeah, it's kinda gonna be critical here. And I suppose we can spend the rest of the episode chopping down trees. Like that one over by our tree farm that needs to be cleaned up. But yeah, um, got a pretty full to-do list that I need to start knocking down. That's the other thing. While that's one of the other things this game uses to keep you engaged. Is there's always something you're wanting to do. In my case, right now, I've got a lot of goals, and I've got a plan, and you don't want to lose progress along that goal. And so you can only save at the end of the day. And this is the mechanic that really encourages the whole um, gotta gotta keep them all kind of thing, because you don't lose your day's efforts, and then at the end of the day you're like, okay, tomorrow I need to do this, and then you go out, you start doing it instead of quitting, and just encourages you to keep playing the game longer. Rainbow trout, okay, that's interesting, but not what I was looking for. 6 o'clock. I don't think I'm going to get a sunfish at this point. Come on. If this isn't a sunfish, I'm going to pretty much give up. And a chest is never a bad thing. Bream, yep, it's after dark officially. Ooh, 8 iron ore. I will take that. So since I'm not going to get the sunfish, and the rainbow trout I do not believe is part of any bundle. River fish, sunfish, catfish, shad, and tiger trout. Tiger trout is only going to be available in the fall, I believe. So that's not going to do me any good there. But yeah, when breams show up, sunfish are not going to show up, so doesn't do me any good to do any more fishing there. But sell off a couple of fish, get a little bit more money, because I do need more money. Bream, rainbow trout, and a chub. And drop off that. Oh yeah, those 14 summer seeds. Those are going to really help when they come up. Didn't have really a whole lot of room, so it's going to take 2 plantings, unfortunately, but it's how it goes sometimes. The rest of it is all cash crops or needed for the bundles, like those melons. I really am glad I got a lot of melons down, because you only get 2 plantings of melons, because they take like 2 weeks to grow. And so you're really really pretty harshly limited there. If you don't get, you know, 2 or 3 of them out of that first one, it's going to be really challenging to get that bundle completed before the end of fall. Because if you don't get the melons for the quality crops bundle, then you're going to have to rely on pumpkins for the quality crops bundle, and they take 2 weeks just like they do. So that's not a position that I want any part of. It's the quality crops bundle. The corn we're gonna get. I mean, you've got 2 seasons worth of corn. They're on fertilizer. That's gonna pretty much happen. Unless we really get unlucky. It's the melons that I'm worried about, because if we don't get the melons, we have to get the pumpkins, and that's going to really eat into our cranberry space, which is going to dramatically cramp our cache. Because if we don't, you know, because every plot that we are planting, you know, a pumpkin, we're not able to plant cranberries on. And cranberries are cash crop for the fall. And, you know, it's just not a situation we really want to be in if we can at all avoid it. Everything. Queen of Sauce. Baked fish. It's a shame that the prices here are kind of womper-jawed. I am somewhat annoyed. Beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Good. We haven't had a whole lot of rain yet. That's actually a good thing, because I do not want lightning anywhere near my crops. That can really cause some issues. And there's Robin. That is one way to get faction with Robin, to work up your relationship with Robin. Is, you know, whenever you hire her to build something, you know exactly where she is to be able to gift her. So, you know, little thing there. Not that it's particularly hard to find the vendors. Now, Mondays and Tuesdays, Robin and Marnie are not in business. They're only in business Wednesday through Sunday. On Tuesdays, actually, all of the married women and a couple of the basically all of the non-relationship women head out to Pierre's and do a yoga workout thing. Which means they may need to fix Emily, because Emily does that, so Emily's, you know, going to be marriageable in 1.1, so they may change her behavior so that she no longer does that. Or they may keep it that way, and that's just one way to make sure that you know where she's going to be, so that you can romance her easier. But, yeah, so speaking of romancing, let's talk a little bit about gifts. Now, each character has their own likes and dislikes. And obviously the most optimal is to give them something they love twice a week and on their birthday to increase as much. Yeah, not just like, but love. Some characters have things they love that are very easy to get their hands on. Like, for example, Leah loves salads, which you can buy from Gus for $250 a pop. You pretty much can you know, buy happiness there. Who says money can't buy you love? Maru, on the other hand, well, there's cauliflower, so if you plan ahead, you can keep a lot of cauliflower back. But cauliflower is expensive. It's really something I would prefer to sell rather than gift, because of the profit margins involved and the expenses involved. She loves battery packs, but again, you know, we're gonna need every battery pack we can get our hands on for later, as they're not gonna be able to get a whole lot of them. Okay. So, you know, it's a little bit more difficult there. Now, if you just want to do likes, that's going to be a lot easier to do. You see, you can get, for example, you know, the animal artisanal things are generally pretty well received across the board. For example, mayonnaise. Um, there's only 4 or 5 people that don't like mayonnaise. The same thing with cheese. In fact, even more people like cheese. I think there's only 3 people that don't like cheese. The 2 kids and a couple of other people don't like cheese. That's it. That's pretty huge. And we're just going to fish right here just to maximize our fishing time. Because we really want that sunfish. That gives us 6 hours of fishing. Hopefully we should get one. And then we can go do something else to spend the rest of our time today. Maybe wander around, go foraging, see if we can't find any more things. But, yeah. And there's our sunfish. Awesome! Let's see if we can rush over to... Let's go ahead and do a bit more fishing. Let's head over to the beach. We need to do some beach combing anyway. I was really bad about not doing any beach combing during the spring, so we need to really make up for that. And also see if we can't get ourselves a puffer fish before the time expires. Hello, Leah. So, you know, a couple of things that you can do. Hello, Mr. Bouncy Chest, yeah. And again, that's from a mod. Normally they look like a trio of worms. And I did reinstall the mod of easier fishing. Simply because, yeah. So hopefully we can get, you know, some more fish for our bundle. Red mullet, not a red snapper. A red snapper, I believe, can only be caught during the rain. I believe. Here we go. Whoa, something pretty active. Pufferfish! Yay! Yeah, I imagine without the easier fishing mod, there would have been no way to land that. They're even harder to catch than catfish. And you remember the problems I had with catfish when I didn't have that mod installed. A broken CD. Those tend to give refined quartz bars when you recycle them. So I'm going to see if I can't keep a hold of that. There we go. Another red mullet. A geode. Gee, thanks. Just what I always wanted. Well, it's not bad. It's just, you know. So, the reason I'm fishing here is because I'm trying to see if there's any of those other fish that I can pick up while I'm out here. And also, these chests can contain artifacts to give to Gunther, because that's never going to be a bad thing. Another red mullet. Chicken statue. As I said, artifact. How about this? Let's go ahead and gold ore. Oh yeah, that's gonna be useful. That's almost a full bar there. That's 3 gold ore. Nice. A mussel. That's one of the ones I needed for the bundle. Some coral, which is never bad. A clam, which will sell. Yeah, I know, I'm being a little shellfish right now. But tis. Yeah, am I growing any blueberries on our farm? I do enjoy a fresh blueberry. Gee, hey folks, am I growing any blueberries? Maybe 1 or 2. Hello, Haley. Yeah, you're over there by the ice cream vendor. Ice cream is something that most people tend to like, but nobody loves it, oddly enough, which is kind of weird. Chicken statue. New reward! Is it anything we actually care about, though? No, it is not. Chicken statue. But the furniture stuff, I'm just going to let Gunther hold on to it for me. I just have no interest whatsoever in decorating up yet right now. Yep, there's Alex and Haley walking along together. Very much into one another. Hello, Maru. Yep. But, yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and drop off our fish while we're at it. Hello, Harvey. Yeah, that's one of the things, if you do decide to romance Harvey, that you really feel good about, is that you can support him financially so he can just enjoy being a doctor, so he doesn't need to also be a businessman at the same time, because he's really not a good businessman. He doesn't have a lot of business sense. He's a really great doctor, but not really, you know, savvy on several fronts, which is actually a good thing in this particular case, because you get a chance to feel like you're doing something special for him. You're helping him out. You're doing something nice for him. Tuna, red snapper, and tilapia. Let's see. Yes, mussel. Now we just need the crab, which we can get down in the caves. Right now, we really don't have the endurance to do a whole lot of caving, unfortunately. Just, you know, right now with like all 80 plots, really not something we can do. That's going to start being less and less of a problem as I start getting more and more sprinklers. And I plan, by the end of this season, I plan on having every single plot sprinklered. And so that's going to be really, really awesome when that happens. I could just go ahead and sell the red mullet. It has absolutely no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Let's go ahead and hold on to those broken CDs. The gold ore, definitely. The geode. Sell off the clam. Coral does have a use. Let's go ahead and hold on to it. We can keep it in reserve if we need to sell something for cash. We can. But otherwise, yeah, let's hold on to it for just a bit longer. Now then, let's go ahead and at least try and knock this tree down to a stump. There we go. That way we can see that a little bit better. Now, ooh, hey! one of these trees grew. Awesome. They're already starting to come up. That is going to be amazing. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take one of these guys that were outside here, and I'm going to put him on that tree. Since they just produced, they're not going to produce for a whole nother week. And while I'm at it, look around for any more forageables that I can scoop up real quick. No? Okay. And put them on that tree. Now, ultimately, I am going to pave my orchard or my tree farm. I'm going to have a bunch of wooden paths through here, so I don't have to keep worrying about more saplings being dropped down there. But not yet. I may have to switch that over to a stump farm. Yes, you can still harvest stumps. Don't ask me why, but you can. Um, it's not really, Oh, okay, a couple of berries. Yeah, that double perk. I don't know if that gives you double points towards your next level of foraging or not. If it does, that would be pretty awesome. But I don't think it does, actually. So, didn't really get a whole lot accomplished today. Got a couple of fish for a bundle. We got the silo going. Next episode, hopefully we can get either the coop or the barn down. After that, we get the other one down. We do need to start upgrading those rapidly. That's going to be a lot of money, though. That we're not going to be able to do any upgrades definitely until after we get at least our first crop of blueberries down. Probably not for a couple of them, actually. But yeah, but that's going to be for a next episode. So for now, this is Sneaky the Lost. Couple hundred gold here. 500 gold there. Okay. So this is Sneaky the Lost, signing off.